Act natural, Dion.
Wait, like the camera's right on your face. No pressure, but it's right.
Yeah, let's get their ass.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Welcome to the Natural Wonders. This is the first episode of our 4th season. I am Jason, your faithful dungeon master.
I'm Corey. I'm Lenny Lipwigler, the smooth-talking rogue.
Feels so different, doesn't it?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
I didn't have
god.
audacity. I didn't have audacity running. I had to. I'm sorry.
You have one job, DJ.
I've got like 2 jobs. Coming out like I'm somehow a role player and like technical director.
Mechanic specialist
IT.
and IT.
Okay,
We should probably take
now
it.
do it.
No.
Go ahead, Jason. No, it's okay. There are no girls down here. You don't have no girls here. This is the anti-girl aura.
All right,
It repels the natural.
All right.
you ready?
Yes.
Welcome to the Natural Wonders. This is our first episode of the 4th season. I'm Jason, your faithful dungeon master.
Corey, Lenny Lipwigler, the smooth-talking rogue. No longer your faithful dungeon master.
I'm Dylan.
So your name is Billy?
His name was Dylan, but then he proceeded to crunch a chip in the microphone.
They know who I am.
I'm DJ. I play Lorien, a half-elf paladin.
They might actually not know who I
I'm Dion.
You have to get in the mic.
I'm Dion. I'm an Eldritch Knight.
am. Nice intro. Nice intro.
What's your name? What's your character's name?
Philistyon.
Someone named him Phyllis, and then we combined it to Philistion, and now it actually sounds kind of cool.
Philistian?
It depends on how it's all pronounced.
Fist the Dion?
Fist Dion.
Fisting Dion. I'm Brian. I play Crown.
Nothing ever changes. We've been doing this for almost 3 years. Nothing ever changes.
Yo, what's up? It's Riley and Crumps. Yeah.
You know, Riley, your audio gets picked up. But guys, okay, come on.
All right, so before we start, I'm going to go over like a recap of the first 3 seasons, kind of for Dion and also for you guys because it's been a while. So I'm just going to read what I wrote. All right, so in the beginning, simmer down. In the beginning, there were 5 unlikely adventurers tossed into the king's dungeon and forever bonded together. The king had picked the 5 most unassuming and least likely to be missed to carry out a dangerous mission. Torque, Lenny, Krelm, Crumps, and Thomas agreed. The king had been feuding with a clan of Minotaurs who had set up camp just beyond Korholt city walls. The Minotaurs were outraged that someone from the city had abducted several members of their clan. The king, under false pretenses, tasked the 5 adventurers to deliver a mysterious box to the Minotaurs as a present, as a show of peace. However, the box was actually an elaborate bomb, and when it exploded, Torque lost his arm. Furious by the king's deception, Torque and the other adventurers rallied the Minotaur forces and stormed the gates of Korholt. During the battle, the adventurers faced off against the king's captain of the guard, Nigellus. They slew him in the city streets and left him for the vultures. But the next morning, his body was gone. During this previous day's fight, the adventurers had learned that the king's own advisor, Dazor, was the one responsible for the Minotaur kidnappings. The adventurers tracked Dazor down and discovered in the basement of his home that the advisor was actually a necromancer and had been perfecting his abilities to raise people back from the dead on the Minotaurs he had captured and killed. Torque and the others finally decided to confront the king, but upon entering the king's throne room, they were once again confronted by Nigellus. Nigellus revealed his true form as a vampire and escaped the battle, but not before tossing Lenny out of the throne room window to his certain demise. Thanks to the quick actions of his friends, the others selflessly tossed themselves from the window and caught him, crashing into the ocean. Along the beach, they discovered a hatch that led them down to a hidden chamber deep under the castle. There, they discovered a book that told the story of Korholt and their feud with the vampire lords that had been waged for generations. The book described that the king of Korholt had agreed to sacrifice his firstborn son to keep the vampires out of the city. With this new knowledge, the adventurers tracked the necromancer Dazor to his lab in the castle, where they discovered the king's firstborn son, Robert, laying upon an altar. Without a moment's hesitation, Krelm cast a mighty thunder wave, which knocked Dazor into the bottomless chasm surrounding his lab. The adventurers had little time to celebrate, however, as the dungeon began to shake and Dazor rose from the pits, his true form revealed, a night hag. During the battle that ensued, between the adventurers and Dazor, the necromancer teleported Lenny into the ethereal realm. There, Lenny met a small boy who revealed himself to be the king's son, Robert. Together, the two discover a heartstone in an abandoned church that allowed Lenny to teleport back to the material plane. However, Lenny and Robert were not in the right time. They had somehow teleported into the past. Lenny used this opportunity to kill Dazor before he could unleash the evil he would one day commit. After Lenny had vanished, and with the other adventurers preoccupied fighting undead minotaurs, Dazor resurrected Robert and used his body with the combined parts of dead minotaurs to create an amalgamated monster. However, due to Lenny's actions in the past, Dazor lost his hold on the creature, and the heroes were able to kill the monster and kill Dazor. But the worst had only yet begun. Nigellus once more showed up and demanded the sacrifice to take the place of the king's son Robert, or else the vampire hordes would once again resume their attacks on Korhold. Torque quickly stepped forward and volunteered. Nigellus stabbed Torque and laid him upon the altar and disappeared in a swarm of bats. Later, the king revealed that he had been heartbroken over the death of his son Robert and had hired Dazor to bring him back to life, not knowing the true horrors that Dazor was committing. With the help of the famous vampire hunters Lorien and Van, the king asked for the adventurers to track Nigellus into the mountains and kill him. With the help of the two brothers and vampire hunters, they easily find Nigellus in a cave and cut off his head. That evening at a celebration, a message is brought to the adventurers addressed to Torque. The letter was short and simply said, "I'm still alive and I need your help," signed by Lenny himself. That was the first season. I know, we've been playing for a while.
Oh, we have. It's been almost 3 years now.
Season 2. The vampire clans were in disarray after the death of Nigellus. Business tycoon and entrepreneur Marsden saw an opportunity with the help of the adventurers to rout the final remaining vampire cells clustered around Korhold. Due to their swift help, Marsden hired the adventurers and called them his trophies. It was during this time that Krelm received a mysterious letter and left the adventurers to pursue a personal matter. Later on a mission from Marsden to eliminate a bandit hideout led by the notorious Hanan, the group encountered a wayward tiefling named Nowhere. At first enemy, the party quickly befriended the confused tiefling, and with his help, they stormed Hanan's compound. Hanan revealed to the adventurers that he and Marsden were in fact business partners, and for his treachery, Hanan drugged the adventurers, which Marsden had prided himself on, and sold them into slavery. On a boat headed towards their destination, Van is thrown overboard during a mighty storm and quickly lost at sea. Not long after, Lenny appeared with a boy who claimed to be the king's dead son named Travis. Lenny had no recollection of where he had been, but knew something terrible was coming. Eventually, the adventurers landed on the vast desert lands of Lut Kimin, prized for its slave trade and fighting pits. However, something was seriously wrong. Magic had been outlawed and water supplies were quickly dwindling. The adventurers were tossed into dungeons in order to fight in the arena for the amusement of King Bofer. The adventurers quickly proved their mettle, and the king decided to have the adventurers eliminate the monstrous Belgoy threat, terrorizing his shipping routes. Once they encountered the Belgoy, the creatures revealed there was a bigger threat hidden in the desert, and they knew who was responsible for the disappearance of all the water. Gifted with unique treasures, the adventurers hiked into the desert in search of a man named Hadaj. Along the way, Nowhere revealed himself to be a traitor and attempted to kill Lorien, but is quickly shot down by Lenny. Running low on provisions, the party eventually came across an abandoned barracks where they met the Justicar Davin Hawklight on a mission from the High Courts to apprehend Hadaj for his crimes. With his help, the adventurers discovered Hadaj hiding in a cave with an army of stone golems. Hadaj was a powerful wizard, and during the ensuing battle, Crumps resorted to using the special gift that Belgoy had given him and threw a small pellet towards the ground. When it erupted, millions of giant spiders grew from it within an instant, crushing Hadaj. With the wizard dead, his spell preventing the flow of water was broken, and fresh water once more flowed throughout Lut Kimin. However, the adventurers had little time to celebrate as they quickly fled from the rampage of spiders.
We're heroes. We're heroes.
Quickly destroying anything in their path. The party made their way back to the docks and took a ship back to Korhold, leaving behind the city in smoke and flames. Back in Korhold, a war had erupted between Marsden and Hanan. The party reunites with Krelm, who was leading a resistance against both forces. Krelm leads the adventurers to Hanan's hideout, hidden in tunnels beneath the city, and Krumps quickly kills him by impaling his flute through his neck. Then the adventurers confront Marsden for his crimes and kill him too.
You impaled him in the net through the neck
Battle of
with
the
this
Flute River.
flute.
Like his blood squirted out of him.
You did to who was it to?
Hanan.
That was the best episode ever. The battle of
River. Okay.
How was that for a recap, Kyo? How was that? Okay. Now season 3. Due to all the troubles Korhold had faced within recent months, coupled with a recent assassination attempt on the king's son Travis's life, the king felt it was in his son's best interest if he visited his uncle on the Grim Isles for a short time. Accompanied by the adventurers, Travis sailed by boat to Grim's Keep. Upon their arrival, it was discovered that the Grim Isles were not nearly as safe as the king had first thought. The city was under constant siege from all manner of wild monsters, including the zombie-like Husk. The adventurers tracked the source of the problem to one of the island's once most prosperous cities, Shadowsteel. The city had been completely overrun by the Husk, and it was soon discovered that the water source had been tampered with, contaminating anyone who drank it and turning them into the Dark Husk. It was at the water treatment building that the adventurers encountered the vampire Kalanthar, son to the infamous vampire hunter Kallenstein. After Kalanthar was overrun by a horde of Husk, the party set out to explore Kallenstein's castle for more clues. While exploring the castle, the adventurers came face to face with Lorian's brother Van, who had been turned into the one thing he once hunted, a vampire. Refusing to kill his own brother, Lorian swiftly knocked him unconscious before encountering Kallenstein himself in the next room. After a long battle, the adventurers slew the vampire and were chased from the castle by a mob of angry Husk. Thankfully, their old-time ally Captain Blackbush was waiting with a ship to rescue them. The scurvy pirate quickly reunited the group with the governor of the Grim Isles, who with sad tidings informed the adventurers that King Ionan Songsteel was dead, assassinated by the vampire lord Caladros. Songsteel's son, Robert, was crowned the new king of Korholt, but there was little time to celebrate as an army was raised to reclaim Korholt from the vampires. The adventurers sailed to Korholt with the aid of the Grim Isle Legion, that's what I named them,
That's good.
and stormed the shores at Korholt, already infested with Husk. The city streets were bloodied with bodies, but the adventurers boldly made their way to the castle and confronted Caladros. In the courtyard of the castle, in the pouring rain, the heroes battled the vampire lord, eventually killing him, and raised his decapitated head in triumph for the Legion to see as they reclaimed the streets of the city back from the Husk.
Yeah.
So,
We sound badass.
Wait.
Gil is our.
thinking back on that, if we left just one husk alive, technically they're just going to continue to spread.
Well, I think Corey said at the end also that a cure had
They
been...
did
Yeah,
find
we,
a cure.
we found a cure.
Where's
Wendell?
Duncan?
Did Wendell do that?
Where's Duncan in for that?
Duncan is the
Captain of the guard.
captain of the guard.
Don't
We have
worry.
What about Van though?
Don't worry, it's all going to be revealed. Like,
Okay.
so the reason
These
that
are all our questions we have as characters.
So the reason I went over that is because a lot of what I'm going to be doing with my story is going to draw on a lot of the things we've done
Oh my
in our
gosh,
past
like building on
seasons.
previous stuff.
I know, it's crazy. So that's why I went over that. So you guys are sleeping and you're having a dream, a shared dream, because it's easier that way. So this is your dream.
Are we snuggling?
Yes. In a time long, long ago, there was a man who was as brave as he was handsome. The people of Destria
Dreams about
adored-
me.
He was what?
These dreams are about me.
The people of Destria adored him, and the kings lavished him with gold and jewels for his adventures. On a dark and stormy night, deep in an ancient cave, the hero was embattled on all sides by vicious vampires. Their blood soaked his sword. He boasted that their numbers were no match for him, until, tired and weary, one vampire bit him on the neck from behind. Slowly bleeding, the hero defeated the last of the vampires and crawled out of the cave. As daylight began to break through the black clouds, the hero felt a cold blade impale him through his chest. Freezing hands wrapped around his neck, and he could feel lips pressed close against his ear. In a low whisper, they said, "Your time for now is over, Kallenstein. Sleep now, for I'm not done with you yet." The hero fell to the dirt in a pool of his own blood, and as the light of the new day flooded his eyes, the last thing he saw was a creature fly away into the light.
Nice. Yes.
So you awake from your dream at the first dawn of a new day, the warm rays of summer light bathing you in gold. The foamy mug is a familiar and pleasant sight, having been away for so long from your business. Downstairs, you can hear the faint sound of morning patrons already filing into the bar below.
Well, yeah, you just joined up with us.
We just recruit him out of the foamy mug.
No, he joined us. He was actually part of Captain Blackbush's ship,
Okay.
and so he joined us from there.
Yeah, when we have more time, I'll go over Callistion's background.
Yeah. So now he's joined with us, and we're very trusting people. And plus, we need to constantly refresh from the bodies we lose
I put on-
of previous
I
heroes.
put on my Caladris eyeball necklace and walked downstairs. I put it on.
He's just adding more and more.
Cal-
That's all like rotted and stuff. It's-
No, I put it on Kallenstein's body.
oh, he's switched. Okay.
All right, so Dylan's walking downstairs with his eyeball necklace.
Thomas Wonderfire.
Sorry, Thomas Wonderfire.
I walked downstairs naked.
I actually put my loincloth back on and walked downstairs.
It's a change.
I just get dressed. And
I
get
put
up.
my little like armor and stuff on, my leather.
I slept on the couch, so I'm already downstairs.
All right, so you guys
passed
walk.
out drunk.
You walk downstairs and see the usual customers settling into their familiar seats. Some stare at Crumps, who's naked for some reason. And Agatha, the wench, is sweeping up a pile of broken glass from a party the night before. And of course, behind the bars, the ever-faithful bartender Don, smiling from ear to ear, polishing off the last mug with a dirty rag. He says to you guys, "Good morning, fellas. I was afraid you lot were gonna sleep all day. You all are a sight for sore eyes. I don't think I'd ever see y'all again, but you'll be happy to know that Agatha and I have been taking real good care of the foamy mug, yes we have, and as luck would have it, since we discovered a demon living below the bar, let me tell you that Gygax is a feisty one, I'll tell you. Our clientele and profits have been booming."
It's the demon you guys did on the side quest.
Who's Satan?
So,
Satan
is this
lives
like
over.
as good as we did last time? Because last time we went over our profits, we ended up losing a lot of money. So I just want to make sure. How are we doing? Profitability, Don.
I mean, our vaults are just overflowing with gold and coin.
So, where is that coin exactly?
Well, you gave me specific instructions to invest all future profits into expanding the Foamy Mug brand. So, Lorian's brother Van volunteered to oversee the construction of the Foamy Mug 2 in a little city called Lighthill, not too far from here. In fact, he sent a raven with a letter this morning. It says, "Lighthill is small, but alive with energy. There's already another upstart inn called the Bread and Breakfast competing for business, but I'm sure we'll put up a fight.
Oh, yes.
We will put up a fight.
Tell my brother and his wife that I love and miss them both, and I can't wait to see them again soon."
Wait a minute, what?
In a
Wait,
way.
Van sent that letter?
Yes,
He's talking to me?
you are his brother.
I have a wife?
Are you asking Don that?
Yeah, I am now.
Of course you have a wife. Sweet old Miss Layla. She was here just this morning to check up on you. She knows that you prefer to sleep off after adventuring here so as not to disturb her and dirty up all your houses.
Must have been from that bender we took in between now and.
What did you say her name was?
You don't know your wife's name? It's
Well,
Layla.
I sometimes
You're
forget-
pronouncing it weirdly.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's Layla.
spell that. I have to get something embroidered earlier. Later.
Layla.
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 Yes.
How far into the future is this last adventure?
It's the next day.
It was a crazy
I under Google underwent a lot of changes.
Okay, I'll make sure to stop by. Where would I find her this morning? I'm sorry. I've been gone for so long adventuring.
Well, she's probably at your house.
Okay, wait, what? I've got a house too. Okay, of course.
Wow, that battle with Caladros must have been...
I got hit on the head a couple times.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Do you not remember like all the times that I had to apologize for sleeping with her that one night?
Oh my gosh.
Crumps, why are you naked?
I don't know.
For someone who's so personable, he has zero charisma. Please.
He always disappears randomly.
Okay, off tangent. Because everyone said I was wrong and he was Pat. I found a backstory. Wrote he was Mike Sniffer Pippets on this story. So screw all of you for saying he was Pat.
You're right.
Well, maybe they're the same person.
Okay, anyway, just from
They are.
So before y'all leave, there's a fellow waiting outside for you. He looks real important, says it's urgent.
Boy.
We know what that means.
What's he look like?
I didn't get a clear look. I was polishing this glass here.
Alright, so what should I be looking for when I go outside to find him?
He was a big guy. I'm sure you'll notice him.
Okay, I go to walk outside.
I go with them.
I'm gonna follow him,
Can
and
I get some breakfast? I'm gonna take it to go.
I'm still shaking my head.
Wait a
kinda
second.
Like,
Did my wife stop by?
No, you don't have a wife, Crumps.
What about mine?
No, you guys are crazy. So Don hands you a to-go box with some pancakes in them.
Take it on.
So outside, the sun is shining and the air smells fresh. A shadow descends upon you as a giant figure looms in front of you, blotting out the sun. You squint your eyes and see that it is none other than Duncan, the newly appointed captain of the guard after Nigellus was disposed of.
Somebody there?
A massive mountain of a man with muscles on top of his muscles, he smiles brightly at the sight of your friendly faces. He says, "Greetings, friends. I'm so happy to see you all." He kind of like reaches in and hugs you all with one big bear hug.
All at the same time.
What?
Everyone make a constitution check. See if you survive it. Oh, nice.
I'm used to hugs.
12.
I'm not really rolling.
You're good at bear hugs.
You guys, I hate every one of you.
He says, "I'm glad y'all are awake. The king has sent me to personally escort you to the castle. He must love you guys, always asking for y'all to come visit him and whatnot."
We always have to clean up after him, it seems like. Wait a minute. No, the other king's dead. This is King Robert.
This is Little Kid
This is
King.
Little King.
So what cool stuff did we get for killing Caladris?
I don't know, you'd have to ask your last DM.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Lenny got a whole lot while he was.
We must. Yes, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Just to let you know, Sherry, you're being recorded. So. Hey, Sherry. Yeah. So you're gonna be on YouTube if you stay down here. It's gonna be really
Alright,
bad.
so, is there any...
I'd like to go follow him. I mean, let's go see the king.
Alright, so Duncan leads you through the city streets of Coalholt. The city is alive, bustling with business and commerce. Street vendors boast of their fantastical wares from far-off cities, magicians perform cheap parlor tricks for a few coins, and little kids play with wooden swords steering clear of crumps. But what you also notice is that as you walk past them all, a few people stop and stare, smiling, whispering to their neighbor and pointing at the heroes of Coalholt, who have proven to help the people time and time again, that they will do whatever is necessary to protect their kingdom.
Can we drop the name trophies? I'm just curious.
Yeah. That
Wait, what-
jerk
wait,
was the reason.
Wait, what was her name? It was like the fairy something.
No,
someone
you're thinking
named it
of
something.
our side story with Riley as the DM. Our band name.
What was our?
Are you talking about the trolls? Yeah, the Astrals. The Astrals. Sorry.
Yeah. the ass.
Sorry. Yeah, that was. Anyway, continue.
I mean, Duncan says to you guys as he notices that the people are looking at you guys, "Don't let all this fame get to y'all's head. The people are starting to recognize the people who have stuck out for them. Heck, y'all protected the city against Dazor, then Marsden, and then Caladros. No wonder the people love you."
Well, it means
We do go through quite a lot for these people, don't we? I mean, come on.
Do we don't pay taxes anymore, do we?
what happened to Krill? Like, he's no longer like the happy-go-lucky. Like
He's like business savvy. He's like,
Yeah.
Our adventures changed, man.
he's no longer about nature. He's about capitalism and entrepreneurship.
I'm with her.
He's an urban druid.
Where's Verdesca?
she works with the king.
Oh.
Right there.
He's a young kid, man.
I don't think Fidesco's the type either.
You led an invasion. I'm sure you can
Riley, you killed a
lead
kid.
some other things.
Anyway, we continue to follow Duncan.
Before he leads you guys into the castle, he hands Crump some clothes and says you might want to put those on.
I throw a couple coins to the children.
They
Me too.
eagerly lap them up and run away.
I try and talk to some
I fake
children.
throw some coins at children. Like I don't actually.
They run after the coins and like,
Actually, I actually pick up the
I imagine, like the
coins.
sleight of hand.
I-
It's like, where'd he go?
I think I throw some of my herbal remedies out.
God.
I throw some of my dank dragon leaf out.
You don't have dragon leaf. You
Hemp
never
and
picked
rope.
any dragon leaf up.
Hempen rope.
Hemp and rope.
Alright, so you guys arrive at the castle.
don't
It's
deserve
brilliant and larger than you ever remembered. Giant flags wave from the ramparts bearing the insignia of House Songsteel, and you can hear the waves crashing against the rocky cliffside behind the castle that you are all quite familiar with after Lenny had been thrown from the castle window towards his jagged demise before being saved by Torque. Duncan escorts you into the throne room and bows himself out, closing the giant double doors behind him. The throne room is as impressive as you remember it. Massive stone pillars support a large vaulted ceiling, and a long embellished carpet leads from the doors to the large throne itself. Light from behind the throne fills the room in brilliant light and casts a long shadow from the seat of the king. As you approach, you recognize the familiar and jovial face of your beloved king, King Ionon Songsteel. He says, "Ah, adventurers, thank you for coming to see me on such short notice. I have important news for you."
Wait a minute. Now I'm really looking around confused.
Ion Song Steel.
And I'm looking at these guys like, wasn't he just killed?
Yeah, then we kill him.
Kill. Wait, what'd you say his name was?
No, we didn't kill him. He was assassinated.
He was assassinated by the vampire.
We're kind of looking
I-
at
wait, who's the king?
Okay, Iron on Song Steel was the king we've been with for like seasons 1, 2,
and three.
and most of 3. He was assassinated. We got a letter saying he was assassinated, and Robert became the king.
So Robert is the king then.
Should be the king, but we're obviously looking at
Okay.
not Robert the king. Okay. I'm just looking at everyone kind of confused.
Is everything all right?
Didn't you die?
Surely you jest. I've been alive for a long time, and hopefully for many more years. I see that battle against Caladros has not dulled your wits. The people of Korholt and I thank you once more for defeating Caladros and his army of Husk before they could storm the castle.
Where's Travis?
It's Robert.
Robert.
Travis, after his return from the Grim Isles, Travis had a reinvigorated interest in religion and has taken it upon himself to invest his
Dreaming.
time at the university studying theology from its leading scholars on the subject.
Wait a minute.
One day.
Travis or Robert? Guys, I'm confused. I'm
Robert, I'm not sure who you're referring to. My only son Travis is at the university.
Guys, maybe we should just hear him out.
Look, the pizza
Anyway,
lady was like,
She's confused.
the pizza lady was confused. She's like, look at me.
She saw us all down here.
Wait, who is that, Corey?
And you, King Song Steel, what did you need?
Go upstairs.
Okay, you've never met me in your life.
No, yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway,
I'm glad you asked. A raven was just delivered to me. A raven just delivered me a message, and it was addressed to you, Crumps.
That's what I was watching last night. Taylor, don't judge me.
we're recording right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The king's squire, Bursmet, the Belgawaite emissary from Lut Kimin, hands to the king a letter.
What?
The king unfurls the parchment. It's soaking wet, and there's an odd sticky white substance coating the paper that smells quite foul.
Of course it goes to crumbs.
The king looks disgusted, but reads the letter to you. It says, "Dear Crumps, you may not remember me, but my name is Stankus, and I am your father. When I was younger, I fell in love with my own mom and banged her one night. A few months later, you were born, so I guess that also makes me your stepbrother. How cool is that? Anyways, our mom and I were short on coin and high on dragon leaf, so we sold you to a slaver. I know you've moved on from slavery and we're both so proud of you, but I told myself that if I ever found the scumbag who forced my little stepbrother and my son into slavery, I would make him pay for the terrible sexual acts he made you perform. So guess what? I found the miserable rat all the way in Lut Kimin. I'd love for you to come and meet me here so we can kill the son of a bitch and smoke some dragon leaf. It's signed Stankus."
That actually sounds way too accurate. That must be his father.
That has to be him.
What does it say, crumbs?
Crumps.
Oh, no, the king read
Oh,
it
no,
out,
this is
so-
right.
Wait, what's
Give it 2 days.
Sorry.
Yes.
I love family reunions.
Wait, did you say my own father sold me off into slavery?
Yes, it says your father/stepbrother.
And then you said he wants to kill who in Luke Kemen?
Well, he sold you to a slaver,
Okay.
and he found that slaver in
A
Lut
sex
Kimin.
slaver.
So he wants
Back
to
when
kill
you
the
were
person
younger.
that he sold me to.
Yeah, he feels bad, I guess, afterwards. Like,
I mean, he's high
he
on
came
drugs.
down from
He's
his-
obviously got a drug addiction. This is honestly like your the part of your family that's the redneck uncle that may or may not sell meth or do meth. Like, this is exactly what this is.
Now, hold on. Crumbs, do you want to go see your father?
Stepbrother?
Or stepbrother? I'm not sure which we should call him.
Can I see that letter real quick?
yes, the king hands it to you. It's still kind of sticky, and you're not quite sure what it is.
Ew.
I take a
Dad!
I take a small link of it, like, yep. It's my dad.
Oh.
Just in case.
No, we're keeping that. This is character development to the max.
It's just in case you want to put like an explicit whatever.
Oh,
on it.
There's explicit
every-
warnings on every
Every
episode.
episode has explicit. I'm not even going to
that's
chance
like
it.
good.
that's G rated to compare to what we use.
All right, so are you guys
necessarily
going to be
call
going to Lut Kimin?
I
I Crumbs, what do you want to
Yeah,
do?
we're going to Luke Kimin.
Luke Kemen was kind of,
Oh God,
What, all those spiders?
Should we do a? Is there a?
Aren't there like a-
newsworthy check?
Mr. King, sir, isn't Luke Kemen, been
State of emergency.
kind of destroyed.
Well, I haven't heard much from the continent. I've been pretty busy here in Korhold defending the castle against Kaladros and the Husk, and the vampires, and necromancers, and Minotaur. But I'm sure it's fine.
I mean,
Bless you.
I'm gonna be honest. If we could have a team huddle real quick, guys, what the hell's going on?
I don't know.
My dad.
So, first of all, I thought you guys told me that Luke Kemen was a wasteland now.
It was.
It probably still is.
I mean, last we
Imagine,
checked.
like Mad Max.
Last time the last image we actually had while we were sailing wherever
was
both was
spiders.
giant spiders destroying
Giant
the city.
spiders and that huge cloud of that cactus powder.
Yeah, we
Kinda-
actually.
And those huge golems running around destroying
Yeah.
the city.
So,
I think Luke Kimmon's a lost cause. I don't really want to go to Luke Kimmon.
I'll go
Guys,
with-
look, listen to me. This might be my only shot to ever find my dad.
I'd do it for crumbs.
I'll do it.
Dragon Leaf, so.
Great.
Look,
you're
look,
a very fit fighter.
look.
Apparently,
From
Smoke's
what, my,
dope.
from what my dad said, he seems like a very nice and
I
genuine
know it's him. I know
brother.
it's him.
So,
But what
and
did your taste buds tell you?
it told me the truth that he more than likely is related to me. Trust me, I know. I know.
I know what
I
good
know,
DNA tastes.
I know what my seed tastes like. Don't worry.
I think honestly, for the first time in a long time, we've had some downtime. I think we should take this opportunity to reintroduce Crumps to his.
Let's just
So,
think of this as a
I'm-
vacation.
I'm with Crumps. I'm all about family.
I mean, but we should
So-
honestly be ready because last time we did leave on a very bad note, so we should probably.
Do you
No,
guys know
no.
how that happened or where it was concentrated?
No, it's just when we defeated Dazor, probably his last bit of magic or Hanan Hadaj was like summoning all these spiders and stuff, and not us.
Okay, that's
All right,
okay.
Crumps, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of. Well, actually, I haven't heard any stories of him.
As
have
far as
I?
I understand, we have the coin to comfortably make the voyage now, right?
That's actually not going to be a problem. I know how important family is, and as a thank you for all you have done, I've chartered a ship that'll take you directly to Lut Kemen. You can meet Captain Blackbush by the pier, and he'll take you there as soon as you're ready.
Can I ask why you happened to go ahead and charter the ship ahead of time?
Like I said, I know how important family is, so I just assumed.
So you opened my letter without me knowing.
It just kind of like.
I can't imagine a seal holds that thing pretty good.
It's dripping wet, right?
I guess we should go.
Let's go. I'm go. I start
Let's do
running to
it.
the ship. I actually bust the window and Shadow set down.
Are you really doing that?
I slow fall out
Can we
the
talk
window.
to? I do want to talk to Robert/Travis before we leave, though.
He's at the university deep in his studies. I don't think you should interrupt him.
All right, I'm jumping down.
Maybe, hey guys, I don't usually get this suspicious feeling, but I just feel like maybe we should talk to, Travis, Robert. I'm a little confused right now. I think you guys are too.
I'm confused, but what is he gonna tell us? That is, I mean,
Well, let's just make sure. Let's see what he thought when
He's
his dad
probably
came
a
back.
zombie.
Or you know what?
All right, I go with Riley or Crumps.
all right. You know what? Cornhole may be a lost cause in itself. Like every time we touch this place, it's a hellhole. We should probably just go with Crumps. Look, the one thing that's remained true is this group, and we can't split up
Well, Some of us.
now. Look, true to ourselves.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
True to this group. We've done evil. Some of you have done really evil things,
Like kill a
unforgivable
kid.
things.
We've always had each other's backs.
But yeah, whatever happens, we have to stick together. And my vote is to go with Crumbs.
I go with Crumps. I carry him out as he's playing his bagpipes, and we fly out the window.
The door's right there. The king says as you're like already out the window.
This place better be good.
Better get some good loot.
I just want some dragon meat.
So are you guys going to the docks?
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
let's
going.
Let's go to the dogs.
We go-
You guys arrive at the docks and hear the familiar sounds of your captain nearby.
God.
Oh, wait, make the
Oh
sound.
God!
Wait, Corey.
You gotta do the ha at least once.
You might go ahead.
Go.
You're the dungeon master.
Yahar!
There we go.
It's good to see you, mateys. I hear we be sailing to Luke Kimin, eh? Well, hop on board. We haven't a moment to lose. Yahar!
Beautiful.
Do you have like a? Do you have are you sick or do you have a cold?
I don't know what you're talking about, little one.
Oh, Blackbush, you're always a relatively nice sight to see.
You are too, Lorien. Yar!
So we hear you're taking us to Luke Kimmon.
Yes.
Yeah, really?
Yes, I am.
It's all an act. Like the whole pirate thing's an
It's
act.
tiring, you know?
I just like to cut
His
back
little,
and act.
little glue on beard's like peeling off.
I just want to settle down.
Start a family.
Well,
Away we go.
So the ship departs from Cornwall.
I'm on the crow's nest.
And Thomas is in the crow's nest, and as the city you know disappears onto the horizon once more, you find yourself on peaceful open seas. Captain Blackbush's crew is hard at work maintaining the ship to the captain's subpar standards. Alright, so you arrive at Luke Kimmon's port city, Draymont. The last time you visited Luke Kimmon, it was a barren desert ruled by slavers and fighting pits. However, the dry lands, now restored with water thanks to your efforts, have transformed the desolate coastline into a sprawling tropical jungle. Old buildings jut out from the canopy of trees, briefly indicating where the port of Draymont is. Your ship pulls into the docks, but oddly enough, there is no one to greet you.
guys, this place looks beautiful. I don't know what you're complaining about.
I don't know what's going on. I'm going to be honest.
Blackbush says, Yahar! This doesn't look like Luke Kimmon to me. Where's your father, you wee runt crumps? Perhaps he's somewhere in Draymont. Yar.
Not enough ear piercing.
The hell if I know. You guys heard the same letter I did.
Well, yeah, I wonder
What
where
was his name again?
He just said Luke Kimmon. This is the big country, isn't it?
the big continent.
This
Hopefully he's
is
here.
major continent.
He might have left out a few details.
The southern side.
Typical. Sounds just like one of your
Stinkus.
family members. I
What's
mean,
your
Luke.
father's name again?
No, Stankus.
Stankus. That should be an easy name to find around here, right?
It's Stank Kiss.
No, it's Cuss.
I think that was just his nickname.
Stankus?
So we're on the docks now.
Stankus.
And there's nobody else around.
Nobody around.
Interesting.
Do
You
we
can
see
see-
anybody?
No? I mean, you can see Draymont in the jungle a little ways away into the past the docks.
All right, well, I
So there's
start
nobody
running.
working on the docks.
Nobody.
It's just empty.
It's empty.
All right, well, we'll get out.
I'm gonna get my spear ready because I don't.
Yeah.
I know he said no combat, but
I
don't
shadows-
I don't. I know my past history of DM says I don't trust anything you say.
I start sprinting down and yelling,
Yeah.
Dad.
I go.
Crumps, no.
I ready my crossbow because that's what I used before. It's not on here, but
All right,
So you guys are
we're just
heading
charging
into
with
the jungle?
crumps. I don't know where we're going.
Nothing. You guys are charging
I'm
at
just-
nothing.
I'm
just
actually
strolling.
on Crump's back.
Crumps is a
I'm
gnome.
No.
Exactly.
All right, so you traverse the dense tropical forest towards Draymont. What was once a dry, humid desert is now a wet, humid forest, and like the clothes are like sticking to you. It's
Oh,
really
God, it's
gross.
humid.
It's so wet.
I should have taken some of this armor off.
I'm leaving puddles behind me.
Can you guys do perception checks?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sick. 5.
5.
12.
6.
I got 19.
13.
I'm taking
Nice.
this like a G.
So what did you get, Corey?
5.
You failed.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you get, Dylan?
Still taking it like a
Dill, what'd you get?
9.
You failed. What'd you get, DJ?
I got a 12. He's got a 23.
I'm
Keo.
jogging.
That's a
I
perception
got
check.
it.
You're looking.
15.
All right, so Lorien, Philistion, and Crumps, you guys hear some rustling high up in the tree branches above you. You can see the mildew reflect off the shimmering surface of several large webs that span the length of several trees.
What is it?
There's movement.
All right, I start climbing up the tree.
Oh gosh.
You're
Wait a
climbing
second.
into these webs.
Do you think the spiders wrote the letter and left that white sticky
Oh
stuff?
my, yeah.
You mean it's not what we thought it was?
It's a spider trap.
No, what if it's just like silk? What if it's not like
right in the middle of the web.
circles?
Symbolically.
Circle.
I climb the tree.
Can you do a strength check, I guess, or athletics?
Wait, who's doing athletics?
He's
Dylan.
climbing a tree.
Plus, you got 4.
21.
All right, so you're in the trees. It's kind of hard to climb up
Yeah,
there.
I'm in the same tree that they saw the wrestling in.
There's it's kind of hard though because there's webs everywhere and it's like sticking to you,
Oh,
and
great.
you're getting like caught in the web.
Nice.
Hey, I got 21. I'm not tracking that.
Do I see any little animals nearby?
You can roll perception.
19.
You see no animals.
I think we've maybe made a big mistake, guys.
I'm going to hide.
Listen to me. My dad would never lie to me.
I don't know if that was your dad.
I'm going to make a
Get to me.
stealth check and all. Wait.
My dad is an honest and true
You've
man.
never met your dad.
I heard him.
I did. I knew him when I was younger.
He sold you into slavery.
I knew Steakers.
25.
He was high at the
So
time.
you're like hiding behind a tree.
Okay.
All right.
This ship's still there.
We ran. We're in
Yeah,
the
you're in the
woods.
woods.
I mean, you could, but you're gonna be by yourself.
Alright,
I've got
so
my spear up, looking around.
You guys are like in a defensive circle. Thomas is in a tree.
I'm
Turn
stealthy.
into a brown bear because I'm getting a little
You
nervous.
guys, okay, good. I thought you were gonna bail on us too, because these two are like, I'm gonna go do something else.
I'm going to turn into a horse and away.
Get the hell out of here.
So you guys hear like some noise further into the woods, closer to the city of Draymont.
Okay, we just hear some noises.
What's it sound like?
Let's chase them.
All right, I
Sounds like
jump.
people.
I'm jumping down.
Let's-
I jump down.
We should just still like make our way to the city.
Just as a note, as soon as we
That's
get to
a
the city's edge, I'm
good
just gonna
idea,
get,
Felicion.
back to work.
Let's stay
I
together,
jump
guys.
down. I'm jumping down.
All right, so once you arrive at the center of Draymont, there is no sight of anyone in the city. The once bustling slave trade markets are barren, and the buildings have fallen into a state of disrepair. Large vines and trunks grow from windows and doors. However, you do notice something different that wasn't in Draymont when you were there last time. In the center of the city square is a large, crudely erected statue that looks oddly like Crumps.
Crumps, that looks oddly like you.
Huh. It kind of does. You know what it is? I think they heard my music. I think they might have heard a few of mine.
There's nobody
Yes.
here. Hello.
You hear someone say, "Looks just like you, doesn't it, son?" And then Stankus emerges from behind the statue of Crumps. Dragon leaf residue is still smeared across his lips, and something is struggling inside a large sack on his back. Okay, so we'll stop there. Join us next week as we wrap up this short little story.
Oh, it's a short story?
Well, I mean, it's all connected, but this is Crumps' story.
It's a side quest.
Ah.